we're introducing somebody who's no stranger to the station and the Morning Wave. Candice, how are you?
Good morning, Sam. I'm fantastic, thank you. It's so good to be back.
Blast from the past, madame. How's everything been going since the last time we spoke?
Really, really good. Some new and exciting things on the way.
Wonderful. So for those listeners who have never heard you on the show before, they don't really know what you're about and what you do, can you tell us more about yourself?
I'd love to. So I'm a teacher by profession. I have 3 of my own beautiful children.
Yes.
I'm extremely passionate about driving change as well as personal development. I run a company called Grit Grow, and I teach people how to love themselves.
Beautiful. And of course, the last time on the show, we had Coach's Corner, where you'd come in every Friday and you shared some phenomenal tips and tricks. And, we had some stories and listeners got to share some of their own personal experiences as well. So we had this concept called Feelgood Fourways, rather. And that happened, how often?
It was about twice a year.
Okay. And now we've got something called Feelgood Fourways Singles.
That's correct.
What is that?
I decided to change it up a little bit. So personally, I was the person who would walk into a room of over 5,000 people and I would be attracted to the same type of person.
Oh,
the one that
you can relate.
The one that was the most emotionally unavailable, who was probably going to treat me poorly. So I was getting the same thing over and over again. And let's be honest, relationships affect everything. We have relationships with our colleagues, our family, intimate relationships. And if you are having a strained relationship in any area of your life, it affects everything.
Yeah.
And then I came across this study. It was a Harvard study. It's the longest study that's been ever held. It spanned over a period of 75 years and it involved over 700 people. And they have found that the one thing that creates happiness, the very, very one thing, is healthy relationships.
Yes.
So then I decided that relationships was going to be the thing that we were going to hone in on. And it really is an inside job. We have relationships with other people, but the absolutely most important relationship is the relationship that we have with ourselves.
Self.
And so our self-worth and our happiness is an inside job. And when I got this, everything changed for the better.
So we've got this, wonderful concept that you're focusing on now, and you've got some information from the study that you did, etc. So how does it really work? I mean, do you just bring a bunch of people together, single or not, or is it specifically for singles?
So that's a great question, Sam. It is about relationships, although obviously lots of people that come are going to be single. So if anybody is feeling like their relationship could get better, especially with themselves, this is an event that they need to go to. Another thing that's been highlighted to me and why I created this event is because I've noticed that people are looking for their forever relationships in all the wrong places.
My hand is up. My hand is up.
They're looking to fill a void. They're going onto these dating sites when they're feeling depleted and lonely. And they're going into pubs and bars, which isn't a problem, except when you leave and you haven't been noticed or you've been unmatched, you feel even worse. The other problem is you're picking from a photo, which is probably 10 years old. If it is even their photo, you'll be lucky. And you are still getting the same old. So this event is really about meeting people in person. I want people, there's something about that human connection that we're missing when we're online and when we're texting. You can read somebody's energy, you can see if there's things that you've got in common, and it's a really good place to start.
Or do you want to come in there?
So yes, what would you say is the best way to attract an ideal partner that is suited for your genuine character? And the event that you are running, is it open to people of different sexual orientation or preferences?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's no discrimination here whatsoever. The way that you can attract the ideal partner is to be the ideal partner. So often I come across people who say, I just want someone who can love me, and I just want somebody who can be passionate and dedicated and hardworking and driven.
You got to be passionate, driven, hardworking. Hello.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And for me and Candice, I love what you said in the beginning, about finding, love in the wrong places, etc. And what I've noticed, and with all due respect to, previous partners that I've had, it's always like, me having the upper hand, so to speak, and having to like rescue the other person
Exactly.
and, like build the person up and support them. And look, I have no problem doing that. I don't mind being a supportive partner, but sometimes, it gets...
You also need to be supported.
Absolutely.
Yourself.
It gets too much. And, I end up taking on the other person's inventory. Like, okay, well, what is it that you need? How can I help? I take all of that on when the person isn't really doing much for themselves.
And you become really resentful towards the other person, and then ultimately to yourself, because you're like, I was the rescue dog. I was there to rescue this person and I got nothing in return.
Exactly. Which is why I really want us to delve into, finding an ideal partner for yourself, because sometimes you do give out that passion, you do give out, the qualities that you want in another person, but then you end up not getting it from the same person.
And the sort of tool that I've shared on the show multiple times is, the 3-column thing, where it's who is your partner, or what is your partner from hell, who is your ideal partner, and what do I have to do? And you pretty much have to do everything that you want in your ideal partner, and that's exactly what we just spoke about now. So I would, and I don't know, Candice, if you can help me here, would this be more beneficial once you have worked on yourself and you know what you want and you know what you're looking for to then come to something like this?
I came across a really fantastic quote recently which said you can be in love while healing yourself. So I don't think that it is I need to first fix myself. I think that this event is going to create people that are working on themselves while they're meeting other people.
It's actually beautiful. Yeah.
Okay. This sounds like something for me.
Exactly. Me too.
So, Candice, I'm sure people want to know when this is happening and where.
Yes, it is happening on Saturday the 7th of October at our beautiful DC coffee shop. And the tickets are through Quicket. So they're going to go onto Quicket and they're going to search Feelgood Fourways, which is the actual event. They're only 325 Rand, and the first 50 people who sign up will get it for 225 Rand.
Ooh,
nice.
Lovely. And then, Candice, quickly, in terms of the event itself, what time does it start? What are some of the things that one can expect?
Yes. So it starts at 9 o'clock. It's 3 hours. And what they can expect is a whole lot of aha moments. You know those moments where you go, I do that. And I've always done that. No wonder that has never worked. So some introspective work. We're going to work through our limiting beliefs, and we're going to have a whole lot of fun. It's going to be fun. They're going to leave feeling amazing. But I'm also going to create a support network so that there's people who can hold your hand every step of the way. It's very important to have people to walk this journey with you.
Wonderful. Got a message here on the WhatsApp line who says, I'd like some advice about someone I like, but she doesn't really notice me or would like to take a chance. I'm trying things but don't really want to push too much, and I don't want to sound desperate either, but I also don't want to miss out on the opportunity. What would you say, Candice?
So whenever I'm looking for attention from somebody else, I always like to ask myself the question, what in me is missing at the moment that I'm needing to fill from them? And often it's just attention. And that means I need to give myself some extra attention. Sometimes it's self-compassion, and then I need to give myself some more self-compassion. There's that saying that says what you resist persists. So the more you need something, the more you block it and the more you push it away. So my advice to her is to say, you know what, trust the process, believe in yourself, and see what you have to offer. And if somebody is not going to turn to you or choose you, don't take that personally. That's not your person.
Might not even have anything to do with the person, right?
But
Might
can
be the
you
other
manifest your ideal person?
Absolutely. We need to be clear on what we want. The problem is we don't know what we want. We know what we don't want.
Yeah.
Yes.
But do we know what we want?
Yes, that's
Absolutely.
important.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then we limit ourselves. We think that that's unreasonable.
Yeah.
We think asking for that is unreasonable.
Yeah.
But there is no limits. The law of the universe says you can have anything that you want. You just
Wonderful.
need to believe that you can have it and that you are worth it.
So if you have any questions for Candice, send them through via the WhatsApp line, 0848220938. I see 1 or 2 more coming here. In the meantime, Maria says that event sounds absolutely awesome. And Maria, it is. So really, really hope to see you there. Right, Candice, just to wrap up, I want to, read this message on the WhatsApp line here, and says, with regards to the event and everything that's going on, relationships and so on and so forth, what if your insecurities get the best of you?
Don't they always? So I think it's about an awareness. It's about an awareness of what we're insecure about and where it's coming from. And then really just finding the tools to work through those insecurities. We all have them, but they're absolutely workable. They're not there forever.
Yeah. And there's also, what comes up quite often is our fears, fears of being rejected, fears of not being accepted and things like that. Is there going to be an element, and I don't want to take too much of your time, Candice, where like it's this whole thing of like you're putting your whole self out there, There's no boundaries, no barriers, no nothing. You're putting yourself out there, warts and all, flaws and all, and everything in between? Or are we kind of just giving our best selves to everybody?
No. We are definitely arriving as ourselves.
Yes.
Good. Our good, authentic selves, because that's all about self-acceptance, and we need to love every ounce of ourselves, the good, the bad, the ugly. And that's what we're going to bring in, because we all have it.
Beautiful.
We all have it.
What I'm sure is going to happen at this event as well is you're going to create a beautiful, safe space for everybody to feel comfortable, to be themselves, to also perhaps even get out of their comfort zones as well. So Candice, one more time, the date, time and venue for this event happening, Feelgood Singles.
It is on Saturday the 7th of October at 9 a.m. until 12 p.m. So just 3 hours, DC Coffee Shop in Fourways. And you can book your tickets through Quicket. You're going to search Feelgood Fourways, the events.
Wonderful. Candice, it's always wonderful to see you, and best of luck. We'll definitely be there and support the event as well. And if there's anybody else who has any more questions, feel free to send them through. We'll pop it on to Candice as well. See you soon, all right?
Thank you. Thank you, ladies.